YORK Loudon Wainwright III points out that the first line of the first song on his first album, released when he was 23, is about aging in Delaware when I was younger. So it's no stretch that the folk singer's first album of new compositions in 8 years, lifetime achievement, is loosely based on turning 75. "I'll Hear the Fat Lady" is one of Wainwright's signature mixes of humor and poignant observation. "The aging thing has always been on all of my records," he said. "But actually, it really applies to me now." Over the course of 15 songs, Wainwright sings about pieces of his life, scattered in various locales, walking through an old lover's town, imagining himself at the gates of hell, and the perspective of a dog caught in the middle of a divorce. The title cut's narrator realizes that all of life's momentary achievements mean little next to love, either from a partner or audience, depending on your interpretation. And family. Always family. Anyone woes listen to the man that Rolling Stone called the poet laureate of family dysfunction knows about the competition with his father, his divorces from singers Kate McGarrigle and Suzy Roche, the damage caused by the distant upbringings of son Rufus and daughter Lucy, both accomplished artists of their own. "How could I not write about that?" he said. "What's a better topic than that? I could write about imagining what it's like to ride the rails or pick cotton. I'm just writing about what happened to me. That started at the very beginning. I wrote my first song about going to boarding school in Delaware." He usually performs alone, so starting alone is the approach that he feels fits best in the studio. He jokes about fitting in an interview along with maintenance visits to doctors and a trip to the city. He can remember specifically what made him want to be a performer. At age 7, he sang a song to his mother and her sister, bathed in their adoration, and knew he wanted that feeling again. At the same time, the way he sang of feeling adrift following the death of his mother in 2001's Homeless is chilling in its naked emotion. "I think of myself as a switch hitter," he said. "I can do funny, and I can do really down and depressing." His record company was unenthused when Wainwright suggested his Breezy the Swimming song as a new single. They wanted another Silly Animal song. The Last Laugh. 50 years later, the swimming song has more than 17 million plays on Spotify. Dead Skunk is at 3.5 million. Wainwright's 76th birthday is coming up in a few weeks, right when Hess heading out on his first post-pandemic tour. Hess starting in England, where he generally draws larger audiences than at home. "I'm so delighted when young people come up to me and say my mom loved your records, or my grandfather loved your records," he said. "And then they say, but I love your records too. That, of course, is the most exciting thing. Then I feel like I'm 22." Wainwright never figured he'd be making music this long. While going out on the road is much harder, and Wainwright can't see a deadline coming on that part of his career, he expects to write songs as long as inspiration strikes. When you start out in show business, or any business. You have your fantasies about how big it's going to get, how famous you are going to get, how much money you are going to make, he said. I got to do what I wanted to do,